ounce bottle, and every bottle sold, we donate 75 cents to help the cleanup. This is going to continue for the rest of this year, and then the beer may stick around, it may not. But so far, we've raised over $270,000 just with the SOS beer. So it kind of hurt us that as soon as the well was capped, you know, it was out of the news and people were like, okay, everything's done, you know, go about your way. But there's a huge problem in New Orleans, so it really helps that you can go buy a beer, donate to a good cause, and drink a really good beer. 7% wheat Pilsner, very smooth drinking for a 7% beer, but going into summer months, it's going to be a smooth drinking Pilsner beer. The restoration that we're going to have with the gumbo, that came up as a donation beer as well. This beer came through with Hurricane Katrina. So the brewery, we were out of business for about 2 days. We just lost power. Our brewery can withstand 120 mile-an-hour winds. So we lost power for a couple days. We didn't lose any beer. And us being, you know, down there, the French Quarter is our baby. That's our business. We figured, hey, let's brew a beer and let's try to help out the city because we can still brew beer. So, you know, let's do what we can. We raised about $500,000 with Restoration Pale Ale. And then it stuck around because it was one of the first beers that we did with any kind of hop character at all. We were doing lagers and ales, or more lagers, so we actually got into a pale ale and everybody liked it because it's not over the top of a hoppy beer. Nice hop character, but it finishes clean. Like Al said, a little citrus on the end. But it stuck around as being one of our flagship beers, so it's a good pale ale that we have in our portfolio. Hope you guys enjoy, and like I said, we'll just kind of lay back. Any questions you have, I'll be walking around, and you know, enjoy yourself tonight.
A little more about the beer.
So the Mardi Gras Buck is our first seasonal beer. We do 4 seasonals throughout the year. Mardi Gras, of course, is our party. It's our time of year. I mean, we want to own that like Corona does, Cinco de Mayo. I mean, it's just, if you're going to do a true Louisiana Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras, then you want to be there. So the Buck is just a very good malty beer. You know, it's nice and light, but very malty. 6.5%, so it's up there in alcohol and very easy to drink for how much alcohol in it. Which kind of leads me to, you know, that's kind of how we brew beer. We don't do anything too offensive, too crazy. Flavors are there, but at the same time, it's drinkable. And that just kind of leads to the New Orleans aspect of it. You go down to New Orleans, you're having very complex, crazy, spicy food. You don't want some crazy beer to pair it up with. You know, you want a good, easy drinking beer that cuts those flavors and allows you to A, eat more, and A, drink more, which, you know, that's what New Orleans does. So, you know, that's what our beers are. And like I said, as we go through this, you're going to see that where they're full of flavors, but it's not going to be nothing that's going to turn your head and go, wow, that's way too hoppy, it's way too malty, it's, you know, way too much for me. It's either your style or not. But you can at least drink it, and you know, our goal is drink it, drink one, have another one, have another one. We don't want you to say, yeah, that was a good beer, but I want to go back to what I was drinking before. That was a good beer, give me another one. So, you know, like I said, that's how we roll in New Orleans, so that's how we're going to do tonight.
The short ribs are braised, so they should be a little bit softer than you're used to seeing them. He grills them off first and then cooks them in actually the turbo dog to try to incorporate the flavors of the deer into the actual meat and kind of let it stew with it. The potatoes, I don't think he put much beer in. I think he drank the one I gave him. But whatever, we all have our faults. And I think the green he used today was Cal. I know we tried to order collard greens, and one of us, not mentioning any names, by me, but punched in the wrong code, so we ended up with Cal, but we thought it would work anyway. The bitterness will actually combat the sweetness and the spice and kind of balance out the dish and make it good. And Ralph will tell you a little bit about the turbo dog.
So as I mentioned before, turbo dog is probably our #2 seller. It's one people have seen before. They may not have had it, but they've seen it. Chocolate malted brown ale. A lot of people get intimidated by the color. They're thinking big, huge, you know, dark, heavy beer. Once you drink it, it's full flavors of chocolate, coffee, but the finish is clean. It's not a heavy beer. It's not like a Guinness or a stout or a porter. And again, this goes back to, remember, we're in New Orleans. We're 100-something degrees in the summer. We're a marathon of drinking. We can't have a stout or a porter because our Imperial Stout is actually, it's part of a select series that we do where it's draft only, so you can't buy this in bottles at all. They come out in draft. Every 2 or 3 months we change up the select beer. We kind of experiment with it. We usually do higher gravity beers. We've done vanilla porters, double IPAs, black IPAs, and then this Imperial Stout. So every couple of months it'll change up. We get probably 4 to 6 kegs coming to the market, and they get kind of spread out between really good beer accounts or whatever kind of event we got going on. But again, it's this kind of special thing that we do to, we become a very almost mainstream craft beer. So this kind of stands us out where we can do something special that people haven't seen before. That again, you can't get in bottles, draft only. So we track this. Hey, we got this keg. Come on out and sample whatever. We're probably looking into doing some 22-ounce bottles next year, but as of right now, it's draft only. So it's about 8.5% the Imperial Stout. So we have it on a high note. And again, the dessert, I'm sure it's going to pair beautiful. Like I said, dessert's always my favorite. I want to, again, thank you guys for coming out. Thank Vila Wholesale. Thank Whiskey Warehouse. Thank you, Al, for doing this